All right, it's now time to look at some of the honorable mentions that didn't quite make the top 10 list of the modern masters for various reasons. Now, this may be the case that they've been exceptional players, but in a different time era, as in they've been quite inactive in the last few years, or perhaps the opposite. Maybe they are currently top 10 players, but they've really only hit their strength kind of recently in the last year or even less time. So when we're talking about the top 10, we're talking about consistent performance over that period of, say, uh, the last 5 years specifically. So let's look at some of these names that, some of them really deserve to be right up there. And I must say, if you're not on this list and you're a strong player, it doesn't mean we've discounted you. It's just I can't have a list of 100 people to talk about, but let's just roll with it. So, Tugger, let's reveal the first in no particular order. I will definitely emphasize no particular order.
First up, we have Nookie. Very strong performance in pretty much every single world championship. He's been finals candidates. Always up there, always strong in every time control.
Um,
Great pick for this list.
Absolutely. I think when I first went back to Antichess, sort of 2019, I played against him and he would really destroy me at that time. I thought this guy's so strong and he's, yeah, been up there for a long time. So a great Russian player. Next.
We got Finns up next. Very strong bullet player. Um, all you can see him around in tournaments all the time, always on win streaks. Really good player.
Yeah, I really only see Finns play 1-0. He is a 1-0 specialist, which I think deserves his place here because it's very different being like a hyper farmer. And we call that just playing 30-second anti-chess, just trying to flag people. But Finns is a very solid understanding. He plays these strange openings and has this really good understanding of what it takes to. I mean, he is a flagger too. Like, let's not get ahead of
Yeah, his
ourselves with that.
G4 opening, very good understanding of it. It's tough to catch him in like an opening. You'll have to get like outplay him in an endgame. So
Yeah.
next up on our list, we have Yabba Dabba Doo.
Well, this player um, is currently, well, kind of banned from League Chess, and for reasons I guess we won't get into too much now. But I've featured this player on previous videos, talked a little bit about him. This, if you ask him, he would probably put himself at the very top of the list of all-time greats. He's kind of a self-proclaimed best player of all time. Uh, But sad to say, he can't make the top 10 when you're kind of a banned player. And, well, the panel who've selected these names kind of opted not to have him here. So, but that said, an amazing talent, a very provocative figure, and a big trash talker. What are your comments, Tyler?
Yeah, unfortunately, it was he was out of favor, and regardless of like skill, because I mean, like he's beaten me in 960 standard ser or like anti-series all the time. But I mean, if you're not on Lichess actively competing, it's a little hard to consistently be top 10, which is kind of the point of this list, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
So, right, we have PF 2000. Very strong Polish player, active all the time. Deep opening prep. I faced him in the World Championship over or this past couple months. His openings are very solid. Knows all of the reputations pretty well, and is great at endgames. So
Yeah, and he's been extremely prolific sort of the last year or so. It's just maybe across the span of the 5 years he hasn't been present, but certainly, yeah, extremely strong player.
we have Burt Fighter. I have faced him over the board. Very strong. He's a 1.5 to half. Sorry, he's beaten me 1.5 to half. Always there in like all the weekly tournaments, the monthly ones. You'll catch him there, and he's beating everybody up.
Yeah, I enjoy playing Bert. I kind of like his style. He sort of plays these more proper openings, which I kind of have interesting games against him. So yeah, a very strong player.
We have Divanche 2008.
Yeah,
Or
so Devanch, I think, kind of began his career as a quick player, very good at fast anti-chess, and then developed his game and made the candidates at least once, maybe twice.
at least once, yeah, 2021, 2022, maybe.
Mm-mm.
I don't remember the exact year, but yeah, I remember playing against him and never mind again, like half all the time, like 2020, and for sure he's improved way or improved significantly since then. Especially just even playing Blitz now, he's way stronger. So we have passionate player on this list.
Yeah,
Another one of the Indian prodigies, also started as a fast time control player, I think, but again has evolved from that.
yeah,
So
PP is a great guy. Really loves the game. He really also likes to help others, with their game as well. So, he's a good member of the community. Great guy.
mhm. We have C Flower on here. Pretty much
Uh,
one of the other fellow TDs, runs a lot of stuff behind the scenes. You'll see him like broadcasting too, and really great C4 dynamic lines. You'll see like
so
a
I've
ton
I've
of stuff
known
like that.
I've known Sarang many years. He did a video with me previously, reviewing some of the ACWC games. Um, very Yeah, he was a huge fan of Kex back in the day, and he kind of really latched onto C4 idea, making his name, as a kind of a play on the words of the title. But he's another one just improved out of sight, and one of the best queen races in the business, I think. Yeah, very crazy player to play against.
We have yourself 10-10-10 coming in
Yeah, I think well, you'll be able to talk a lot about this gentleman because you've met him in person. But my experience was, I think Ten has a great knowledge of the game. I think when I watched him play, he was someone that really understood the essence of like keeping bishops long term and having space advantages. So, he had this very strong, yeah, understanding, I feel.
Yeah, all of his openings, like when yourself preps for any opening, he ensures that he understands it from the opening all the way until the end game ideas, like exactly what you need to do, what kind of structures you'll get, and it's in depth like that for every single variation. So he's very strong in all of the openings he preps, and he carries over all of those ideas into the middle game. It's like he can easily transfer everything, and is again really solid overall. Also on this list, we have Sup Witches, a strong Turkish player. Also started out as Hyper, I believe, but really performed well in a couple. I think ACWC 2018. I think he made candidates that year,
Yeah,
and
another
then has
player.
recently returned to form.
Yeah, another player that was kind of the old school and then took a long break, came back, and then yeah, so he's definitely up there.
We have Arun.
Yeah, Rune. He kind of fades in and out sometimes with his. I think he has a love-hate relationship with Antichess. He's gone
As we
from
all.
oh, of course, but he's gone from going, oh, I want to be the best of the best, to just going, oh, I quit this, and then coming back and forth. But yeah, another great player.
I mean, yeah, you saw his performance 7.5 out of 8 in the ACWC Swiss last year. Completely destroyed the field and is even better at bullet, if that's any surprise. So he's, again, like all of these players on this list are really strong overall. And they show in tournament performances, maybe not in rating, but because that's not always accurate. But in terms of like when they need to perform, they perform. We have Tolius, one of our Knight H3 masters. If you go into the Discord, you'll always see him reacting with some Pepe to Knight H3 moves. And again, another one of those players who understands their openings and endgames really well, especially the need for knights. Knights may be clumsy, but Tolius really knows how to use them.
Yeah, I think he just has that German efficiency to his play, just the whole package, and absolutely lovely guy as well, very great in the community.
We have Allegro Moon.
Yeah, not much is known about the mysterious Russian player who's had a few different names over the years. Solomon Key is one he might be better known as, and certainly
Via
others
V.
too. Mm.
Yeah. So we have Piyush Sankar, ACWC 960 champion.
Yeah, it was it's a very impressive achievement to have that under his belt, being the 960 champ, because he's another one that's extremely good at like hyper, and to be able to prove it in 960 was yeah, very good achievement for him.
Mhm. We have Peanut Butter 12345, maybe better known as the Troubled Patzer.
Yes, yeah, PB. So he's extremely good at not just anti-chess but other variants too. I think he's also a Racing King's master, and yeah, he's a great knowledge of the game, um, for sure, for sure.
We have Zoha,
So
maybe better known as Schizophrenic Energy.
yeah, this gentleman, I think he recently took a long break from anti-chess, so maybe to get his life in order, because he's certainly been one of the stranger, more mysterious characters of the community, but still undoubtedly a strong player. And when I've played him before, I've actually had these positions where he's just gone on this very long think for a minute or two, even if in a 3-0 game, and then lost on time, as if he's just looking for this most purest continuation. Like it's the game itself, I think, that was much more important to him than just winning.
And often he'll find those ideas too. He'll think, he'll get down to 5 seconds and then pre-move everything and you're just toast. He's also contributed quite a bit of to opening theory. He has encyclopedias of anti-chess openings. I'm not sure if they're still accessible at the moment, but it was like 7 or 8 of them that he had just filled and with refutations to openings. So next up, we have Kodov syndrome, one of the
But
veterans. He's been around for 10, 11 years at this point now. So, again, another C4 player and one of the, excuse me, also great at queen races and just another very dynamic player.
never get into a queen race with Kotov, as I found out when I played in my last series, just got destroyed. Um, yeah, he's played an immense amount of games too. He's probably one of the most active players, always playing all the time. So, yeah, a good addition to the list.
We have Asfi on this list.
Asvi, I enjoy playing Asvi as well. Another player, like I just enjoy the style. He had one particularly good performance to get to the candidates one year. But yeah, always pretty much up there, 2300 sort of
Yeah,
player.
he's got my number. I think I'm like 20 and a half to 22 and a half against him. He always crushes me in the short time controls thing. So we have Alex on this list. Another one of those Russian prodigies. He's actually improved quite a bit recently. Like you could see his performance just keep going up and up and up, and now he's like top 5 in rating. So we have Bolka 94, one of the older legends who has come back in recent times. Still playing mostly quick games, but a monster tactically.
Yeah, this is one of the ones when I asked the top players many years ago who were the best, and Boca made like, a very strong players top 10 list. Even that was, even pre-2020, and he has come back and still been a good performer. So yeah, certainly quite a talent.
Earned his spot on this list. We have Arima Cat.
Right. So you might wonder, was Cat going to be in the top three? He's a world champion a couple of times, but he hasn't really been very active the last few years. And the other reason he wasn't probably included in the top 10 is he's already been in the top 10 for the Fix Legends. So I kind of also didn't want to double up having him there twice. Otherwise, he certainly would have been in consideration. Yeah, a very um, deep understanding of the game for a very long time. And he's also a FIDE master, so he's got that chess background.
Mhm. We have Ogle 1.
Yeah, and Nurgle certainly is another one that he's an older player, and if it was across older times, he would have certainly have made the top 10 list, but he's been very inactive for the last few years. I think he's even closed his account. So, but he's a two-time runner-up of the world champs. Extremely strong player.
Both to Arima. So had Arima not been there, maybe he
Mm,
becomes world champ.
of course, yeah.
But he did come back recently as the camouflage man, albeit not for too long.
Mm.
So we have Towns Paycheck, well-known F4 player. He'd play on his account F4 opening, one F4 and one F6, and would still consistently be top three. I don't know what what else is more to say about them.
Yeah, I've already done a whole video about Towns, which you can check on my channel. So, an absolute phenomenal talent who basically said, yeah, anti-chess is too easy. I'm just gonna play F4 and F6 first move and still beat everyone.
Yep. We have Never Gonna Berserk.
NGB, and he's been inactive a long time. He kind of achieved everything he wanted to and got right up there, some giant ratings and extremely good opening knowledge. Still sticks around the community a bit, but he's pretty much retired these days.
Too busy grinding out those extreme Geometry Dash demons at the moment. So, and last but not least on this list, we have Jottle.
Yes, and of course with Jottle, I've done the video aptly named the greatest of all time, which at that point, when I look back in the decade of the 2010s, he pretty much was the highest rating and just a phenomenal player that again has another one that has retired from the game though, but absolutely should be mentioned. And so that is it. That is our honorable mentions list. Again, it could have been another 50 players I could have chucked on here. But, they were the ones that kind of stood out that were getting close to being on the top 10. So thank you so much, Tugger, for doing the list for me and doing those really cool reveals. That was a nice little feature
No problem.
and
So,
giving your insights too. So that is it for honorable mentions, and that will only leave us now with the top three, which will be revealed in the next video. So stay tuned to the channel, and I will see you again in the next video.